You've got your temps, Biggie. That's pretty cool.
Well, at least you got the temps.
You do have the temps.
I have a friend that took his temps test today. I wonder if he passed.
Well, and what's interesting is we planned this episode at the beginning of the month, and we weren't sure if Joe. Joe was taking his driver's test this week. Literally yesterday. He took it yesterday, and I'm like, so Joe, there's more pressure on you passing your test on Tuesday, because if you don't, we're gonna have some awkward conversations on the show come Wednesday. So you better figure that out. And Joe, you wanna share the good news?
Well, I passed. If you didn't figure out by all the happiness earlier.
Yes. So Joe did pass his driver's test. I feel like the instructor may have been a little lenient.
Oh, brother.
But consider this your PSA. Joe is now on the Wisconsin roads. You actually drove this morning, right?
I did.
School?
I drove to school and back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very different than having a person in the car next to you. However, I find that I still do a lot of the head checks that are...
Oh, we were going to talk about that.
Like, habitually.
No, not the... So you should be doing head checks.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm still doing the ones at the turns.
The ones at the turns is where it's like, is this really necessary? So apparently in newer driver's education, they now teach these youngins. Oh boy, I sound old saying this. They now teach these youngins that you should do a blind spot check at every turn. So we're talking, if you're at a stop sign and there's not even a lane next to you, you're supposed to do a blind spot check. And for us in Wisconsin around here, a lot of the times when you do that blind spot check, you're just looking into an empty forest.
Yep.
So it seems kind of pointless.
Well, but yeah, they said that you're supposed to do a blind spot head check at every single turn, not because all roads are that wide, but because they got ticked off at kids complaining about which roads were wide enough and which ones weren't. So they just ended up switching the policy to, it doesn't matter how wide the road is. We're going to take points off no matter how slim the road is.
Oh,
so
man.
Technically, we aren't supposed to an actual driving blind spot head check at every single road. Only the ones that are wide enough for a car to get by us.
Okay. How did your driver's test go, Joe?
Pretty good. I made one pretty big oopsie, but other than that, went pretty good. And
Oopsie.
I made one oopsie.
One oopsie?
Two oopsies, I guess, because when I pulled back into traffic on my Y turn, I did check my blind spot, but I did it so late that I would have already hit a car that would have been in my blind spot had I not checked. So that was one mistake I made. The other mistake, which was a bigger one, and I'm honestly kind of surprised I didn't get an auto fail for this.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. When I made a left turn, I kind of was really far to the left side of the road. I wasn't all the way in the left lane, but
so this is
really
my biggest fear for Joe in driving is half the time. Well, maybe not half the time. I'll say 10% of the time. Would you say that's an accurate amount?
For how many times I played
At
in the
least
left lane?
when I've been in the car, yeah. For when you do
I've only done it 3 times so far, and one of them was on my driving test.
That means like every time I was in the car, you've done it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So basically, when he's driving, when he's turning into onto another road, he'll turn into the left side of the road.
That's only happened it only happens when you're in the car or my driver's test.
Or my driver's test. So in both scenarios, it's still wrong.
Yeah, true.
And that's terrifying. Could you imagine being someone in the left lane of that road, or the left side of that road, not even lane, and you're pulling
England.
up. Yeah, exactly. This isn't England. You're pulling up and you see this other car coming towards you. And you're like, why is he turning like that? So I hope you overcome that one, Joe.
Yeah. I should.
I believe in you.
That's a pretty easy thing to overcome, so I'm not too concerned about it.
But yeah, other than that, your driver's test was good?
Yeah.
Cool.